Opening a Twitter account is one thing, it's just the tip of the iceberg. But maintaining it and protecting it from being suspended is something else, something different, a Herculean task. Keeping a Twitter account for a long period of time without it being suspended or without it having any issues with Elon Musk and his team requires a specific set of strategy that you need to apply. Apart from verifying your account using the two-factor authentication, using strong passwords, and following Twitter's rules and a whole lot, you still need to be smart while using your account. So I'm just going to tell you a few ways to keep your account from being suspended for a long time or even being suspended forever and keeping it for as long as you want to keep it. I once faced a situation back then where I kept opening accounts, different accounts, and the barely lasted for up to 2 months. And I didn't know why. I was usually frustrated, and one day I was just like, I give up. I don't want any Twitter accounts anymore. But then the job I do requires me to have multiple social media accounts that I need to keep professional. So I said, okay, I'm going to open another account, but I'm going to employ some strategy. I'm going to give you this for free because I know you really need them. The first is the ACOS challenge. The ACOS challenge usually comes in when there's a suspicious activity in your account and it doesn't take any time. It's just for a few seconds, barely up to 10 seconds. Just need to match some objects, match some animals, and you're done and you have access to your accounts. So one thing I want to tell you is that you should never skip an ACOS challenge. Anytime you see that your account requires that challenge, don't say, oh, I'll come back the next hour to do it. Okay, let me keep this or come back the next minute or do this later. Don't ever postpone it. Do it immediately because it doesn't even take time. Because when you don't do it immediately, that will still involve some more suspicious activity and it can result in your account being banned or suspended. And as we all know, a suspended Twitter account is most likely never gotten back. Another option you should look out for is to check out for the email you use in creating your account if your Twitter account keeps getting some issues. So I had this particular account that kept getting issues, but I didn't know what was happening because I followed all the rules, so most of the rules on Twitter. I didn't really do anything that could result in my account being banned or suspended, but it kept giving me notifications that it may be suspended if some things happen. So I later found out that I had skipped a notification from my email because my email needed more verification and I had skipped that notification and I didn't resolve it. So because the time for that verification had passed, the email was also suspended. So it resulted in my account being suspended. And I discovered this when my Twitter account was already suspended. So checking your emails, apart from looking for job applications, you need to know how good your email account is. If you need some modification, if you need some verification, you need to attend to it immediately. Next up on the list is to interact with your account. I had this fault, or call it a fault, of just opening my account, going to do what I needed to do, and logging out of it. That was just what I needed to do. I barely commented, barely liked, barely followed anybody, reposted, watched videos, or even opened the link to see what the link was about. And that made my account look like a bot account. So if you want to maintain your Twitter account, you need to let Twitter earn from you. Twitter earns from you when you engage in their platform, when you interact with other people, when you spend your data, your hard earned data, interacting with people, clicking links, watching videos, liking, commenting, engaging, communicating with people, and doing a whole lot of things that will take, even if it is 1 MB of your data. That is how Twitter earns from you. So you need to keep doing these things from time to time. You can't just come and maybe drop the necessary comments you want to drop. Maybe if you are someone that your job is just to engage on people's crypto platforms, you just come and engage and go back. Your account is definitely going to look like a bot account, like a BOT account. And it is and it may probably be suspended. So just engage, make it look like a normal account, interact, spend your data. You aren't going to spend so much. That data will still be spent somewhere else. It's not something that you're going to miss. So just spend it on Twitter so that you will end up not losing your account. We all know that losing an account means losing some specific information that may help in your job search. Maybe someone that writes there or does some things that will be a good inclusion for your CV. So losing the account means you can't have access to them no more. So starting afresh is now something else you wouldn't want to undergo. So you just need to engage and make your real accounts look like a real account, because I don't think anything you say to Twitter will make sense as long as they have spotted it as a BOT account. It will most likely remain a BOT account forever. And finally, avoid spamming. If you're a commenter on Twitter or you do a lot of things that involves you making comments on people's posts, avoid spamming. You can't be making up to 30, 40, or even 20 comments in an hour or less than an hour and expect your accounts to still remain the same. No. It will be spotted as a bot account. It's not going to look like a real account for Twitter's team. Whatever you want to do that needs commenting, you can space them apart. You can say, okay, maybe 10 for this hour, 5 the next hour. You skip the next hour and do 10 for the fourth hour, so that you won't look like an account that spams people or different other accounts. And to add to all that I've mentioned, make posts of your own. So I think you should just follow all these rules, do them step by step, do them easily, and don't rush, don't be in a hurry. Just take your accounts jeje. Do it in a way that looks original, and you see that your account will last longer than the previous one. I hope you actually take note of this. If you like this, if you see this as reasonable enough, you can follow me, you can like, you can subscribe, and share a comment if need be. I'll be available to answer you.